the way things are going in that country, you better get your visas and japa. You better get your visas and hello, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm talking about the benefits of living in Germany as a Nigerian. First of all, I would like to say thank you all for stopping by the channel, and if you're new here, thank you for dropping by, and you've always been here. Thank you for always supporting me, and don't forget to like and subscribe. First of all, let me say that there is no country that is perfect, okay? And every country has its ups and downs, but as a Nigerian who is in touch with what's going on in Nigeria and someone who lives in Germany, who has been in Germany for 5 years, in November is going to be 5 years I've been in Germany, I would like to share the benefits of living in Germany simply because I am one of those people who actually thinks that Nigeria is good for business and the overseas is good for work. However, with the new taxation laws coming up here and there, it's good that everybody knows what the government is doing and why I do not think it is right, because for you to start laboring heavy taxes on people, there are certain things you should have in place. First of all, as we all know, Germany doesn't have natural resources. They don't have diamonds, they don't have oil and all of that. What they have is the ability to produce functional machines, like whatever it is that Germany puts their hands on, be rest assured that it is good. And I'm not saying this because, no. I'm saying it because even as little as the minoxidil I use, if you check on the internet, people talk about, how 2% minoxidil for women doesn't work, especially residents of the United States of America, but the 2% minoxidil in Germany works. So the bottom line is everything here is censored. Whenever I buy something in Germany, I feel safe. I feel like it's well regulated because, let's be honest, Germans love their citizens. Now, let me say this, that when I had my first child, I didn't have my first child in Germany. I had my first child in Turkey, and my kids came out German from birth, courtesy of their father. And I went to the German embassy to get his passport because that was the only way I could now, relocate from Turkey to Germany. And I had to take a bus because I couldn't take a flight, and it was 18 hours from where I was staying. That was Hatay to I can't remember the city right now, but it was 18 hours. When I, applied for the passport, I had to tell them that I came in here with my child 18 hours in a bus and it was uncomfortable. And you won't believe that just because my child was their citizen, they told me to wait, okay, and come back in the afternoon, and they issued me a passport the same day, which is not something that happens. In Germany here, as a citizen, you get your passport the same day you apply for it. But in Turkey, you have to wait. Do you know that because my child was a citizen and I didn't want him to experience any discomfort, they gave him his passport the same day. Now that is the first benefit of being a German. The fact that you have a government you can rely on. There are so many Nigerians I see screaming for help in different lands, in different countries, and you and I know that you can't even run to the Nigerian embassy in any country and feel like you have a country and feel like you have anybody. You're literally on your own as a Nigerian living anywhere in the world, including Nigeria itself. So really, there is no benefit, if you ask me, being in Nigeria. Secondly, I'm sorry, I'm going to be looking down because I don't want to miss my point. Secondly, Germany has a very strong social welfare. When I mean social welfare, is very strong. From the first day you give birth to your child till your child becomes 28, that is, if they are still studying, the age is 28, they receive money every month just for being citizens of the country. When I mean money every month, they get 200 euros and some change above for their welfare from the government. Now, it doesn't matter if you have or if you don't have, you get this money. I think from this year, they made a law to actually increase the cap. Increasing the cap means people who earn a particular ridiculous sum will not be getting the money anymore, which it may make sense to them because Germany operates a socialist economy and they aim at keeping the gap between the rich and the poor really minimal. So when somebody is poor, for me, since I started living here, I don't go about looking at who is rich and who is poor, because guess what? If you have what you have it because you want to have it. I'm pretty sure everybody who lives here knows what to do if they want to better their lifestyle. But generally, when it comes to accommodation, comes to food, clothing, literally everybody has it. Literally, everybody has it. Second, when it comes to social benefits, if for any reason you are not employed, the government would give you money for upkeep. The government will pay your rent. Now, they're not going to say, oh, because you were living in an upscale area, they're going to downgrade you. No, they are just going to pay your rent in your current residence. If you don't have a house at all, they're probably going to get you a shelter or something. That is one of the benefits of living here. Another thing is if you become unemployable for a reason, you're going to also get benefits till you find a new job, and they are going to also help you in looking for a new job. That's the benefit of being a German citizen. In fact, most of these things I am talking about, you also get them even when you're not a citizen. You get them just for living here in the country. The only downside to it is you're not going to get your citizenship because you're dependent on the government for your sustenance. So one of the requirements to become a citizen of Germany is to make sure that you have no financial business with the government. You're paying your taxes, and even if you're not eligible for taxes, because not everybody pays their taxes, simply because they're not earning enough, you have to make sure that you're earning enough to take care of yourself, or you have like a support system, maybe like a husband or a guardian or something who is equally responsible for you, such as maybe giving you shelter and things like that. Another thing is you have maternal benefits. Okay, you have maternal benefits. If I had a job and I, have a baby, at least the first 3 years of my life, of my child's life, or the first 6 years, nobody is telling me, I need to go get a job. And the reason is because in Germany, you go to primary school from 6 years old. From 3 to 6, you have a choice to leave your kids at home, or you can take them to kindergarten. And kindergarten in Germany is like a play group where they just play and have fun. There is no there is no pressure to get kids to start learning things early, but they would expect that you are home, you'd have been spending time with your kids and teaching them basic things, because there's usually a test in which they take the to know the IQ of your child, to know the kind of school your child is going to go to when your child turns to 6. So the point is, between when your child is born and 6, the state is not pressuring you to get a job. So between that period, you're not going to get any letter from the state as to come for job interviews or what you can do. So bottom line is, if I do not have anything I am doing, there is an agency, they call the agency Agentur for Arbeit. That is a work agency that literally would contact you and set you up for interviews and things like that, or a skill or something you can do. Another thing is, everybody here has insurance. Okay, everybody here has insurance. I gave birth to my second child here and I did not pay a dime. I didn't pay. Okay, maybe my husband would have paid some change, because as long as you're employable, maybe you'll pay some change. But bottom line is, it doesn't matter the sickness or whatever is wrong with you. Nobody is in their homes thinking of, oh my God, I cannot afford my medical bill. There is nobody here thinking like that. Everybody is insured. Everybody is insured. You also have a retirement. You also have like a retirement plan. See, these are the things I have mentioned based on their social benefits. Now, let me move to reliable infrastructure. Their buses work. Their roads are good. I don't know anybody who lives in Germany or who lives in Europe and tells you that they are going to church to bind and cast. Those ones are just mentally, I don't want to say they are mentally depraved, okay? Because if you have been to Europe, you'll know that the churches are empty. A lot of people don't even go to church, because what are you casting and binding? Like, if anything you want to do here, 1 + 1 is equals to 2. You know it. So just go ahead and do it. You know the laws. You know the consequences for everything that you break. There is no, oh, I didn't know. No. You have integration classes. You have, there are so many things to enlighten yourself. So So it's a matter of give and take. Now, there are people here who argue that, the taxation system is very heavy, but let's bear in mind that Germany does not have any mineral resources and stuff like that. So it relies solely on this taxation system to be able to provide the things I have just listed. Now let's talk about security. It feels very safe. Personally, I haven't been on a public transport in Germany, but just from seeing it, because I walk past it, it's very decent. It's very organized. My husband used to take it to work sometimes, and it's really cool. I have been on a tram in Belgium, and I would say it's similar, so it's comfortable. The reason why I made this video is because I strongly believe that one of the reasons why a lot of Nigerians are not holding their government accountable is because they are in the dark. They are not aware that a government, you are not, in fact, you should not be tasking anybody if you are not providing infrastructure. I'm going to keep this video here because I'm going to make another video about this subject. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And let me know your thoughts in the comment section. If you're not in Nigeria, let me know how it is where you are. And let me just say this. The way things are going in that country, you better get your visas and japa. You better get your visas and... All right, so see you in my next video. Bye.